Hi guys, welcome back to nitahcrochets. My name is Anita. Today I'm going to be making you this multi-stripe mesh dress. It's very simple to make, it's very comfortable. I was making this for a size XL and it really fit them so well. I just never got the pictures from them, but it really fit them so well, and I have made a written pattern available for sizes small up to 2XL. So I hope you check out the written pattern on my Etsy and my other online shops. So to start with, I'm going to be working with robin. It's 100% acrylic, and I'm going to be using one strand of yarn. It's actually very thin. It's size 2 yarn, but I'm going to be using one strand of yarn because I want this dress to be light. Then you're going to need a tape measure, and I'm working with a 4mm hook, all right, but you can also use a 4.5 if you have that. So let's get into the tutorial and get started. As you can see, we are going to be working our rows in a vertical manner, so that means that the number of chains that we start with should be equivalent to the your height, like your height until midway your calf. I think yeah, until around midway or 2 inches from mid your calf, right, to make room for the fringes. So I personally started with 240 chains, okay, but you can take measurements from the top of your shoulder all the way down until midway your calf, and then work chains that are equivalent to the to that height, all right. Also make sure that the number of chains that you're going to work are an even number. It should be an even number, okay. So I worked 240 chains. Now you'll make a slip knot and work your chains. I'm going to get back then show you what to do. So guys, I have all my chains complete, as you can see. And now what I'm going to do is going to start working my very first row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the second chain stitch from the hook, and in there I'm going to work a single crochet. Guys, like I said, you're working an even number of stitches and into the second chain stitch from the hook. I just added that one chain because I hadn't finished up with my chains. So just work a single crochet into the second chain stitch from the hook, and then continue working one single crochet into every chain stitch all the way until the end of your row. So if you started with 240 chains, you're going to have 239 stitches at the end of your row. All right, so let me let you guys work your single crochets into every chain stitch all the way until the end of the row, and I'm going to meet you there and show you what to do. And now here we are. We have come to the end of our row of working just single crochets. Now what we are going to do at this point is we are going to start working our mesh, okay, but this is how your work should look like, just like mine. Now to start our mesh, we are going to chain 4. 3 of the chains are going to act as a double crochet stitch, and then the other is a chain 1, okay. So here we chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So we shall turn our work, yarn over. We are going to skip 1 and get into the 3rd stitch and work a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet into that next stitch, okay, chain 1, work a double crochet into, skip 1, work a double crochet in the next right there. You see that? Chain one again, skip one, work a double crochet into that next stitch. So here you are. This is how it should look like. So you're just going to keep chaining one, skipping one, and working a double crochet into that next stitch until you come to the end of your row. Okay, this is how your mesh should look like. So I'm going to let you go ahead and chain one, skip one, work a double crochet into the next stitch, and do this all the way until the end of your row, and I'm going to meet you there, then show you what to do for the next row. So like you can see, I have come to the end of my row. This is how my work looks like. So to start my next row, I am going to chain 4. Like I said, 3 of the chains act as a double crochet stitch and then a chain 1. So here, after you have worked your 4 chains, you're going to turn your work and then yarn over. We are going to skip 1 and work 1 double crochet into the next double crochet stitch right there, just like that. Chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet into that next double crochet stitch. So we are just working 1 double crochet into the next double crochet stitch, chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet into that next double crochet stitch, and this is just what you're going to repeat. Chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet into the next double crochet stitch. So the mesh stitch is really simple. It's super beginner friendly. Anyone can jump onto this tutorial. I can't promise that it builds up fast, but anyone can do this. Okay, so chain 1, skip 1, work a double crochet into the next stitch, and now you are going to do this all the way until the end of your row, and you will keep repeating this for your first panel. This dress comprises of 4 panels. The first left, the front left and right panel, and then the back left and right panels. So for me, each panel should be half your bust area. No. Quarter your bust area, a quarter of your bust area. For example, if your bust is 40, that means 40 inches. That means that you're going to work the mesh stitch until repeatedly, you repeat it until you have 10 inches of 10 inches of the 40 inches of your bust. That means we have worked our left front panel. Okay, and then the right front panel will also be 10 inches to make it 40, which is half your, to make it 20 inches, which is half your bust. And then the back will also be 10 inches, which makes it a total of 40. That means we are going to have 4 pieces, 4 panels, which are 20 inches wide. Okay, 10 inches wide, sorry. So as you can see, for me, I repeated my my panels. I worked about 12 rows for each color. So for every one panel should comprise of 2 colors. I advise that size small should have like around 7-8 rows for each color, which makes the front left panel be a total of 14 to 16 rows. Okay, I hope you guys really understand me. This is one of the panels that I have, okay, and it has a total of 24 rows. Okay, it has a total of 24 rows. But now, if you're working a smaller size, you could have a total of 14 rows or 16 rows, given the, your bust width, like I explained. Every panel should comprise of should be should amount to quarter of your bust area, but you should make sure that every panel is having two colors on it, two different colors on it. Okay, so here we are. When you have finished working your rows for the front panel, what we shall do is we shall chain 2 and work 1 double crochet into every stitch. That means into the very first stitch we work 1 double crochet, into the chain gap we work 1 double crochet, into the next double crochet stitch we work 1 double crochet, and we keep repeating that, working 1 double crochet into the chain gap and 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch all the way until the end of the row of our panels. That means you're going to have the very same number of stitches as the stitches you started with when we were working our row of the single crochet. Okay, so here we are just going to keep working this and have 1 row of the double crochet. This is going to be our last row of this panel because it's the one that runs at the center of the dress. Okay, so do this until the end, and then you're going to repeat the same method for the other 3 panels. Like I said, each panel has to have 2 colors on it, and it should be up to quarter your bust area. Okay, so measure your bust, divide it by 4, and make every panel to meet the width that you get when you divide your bust by 4. Okay, so for me it's a 2XL, size XL and 2XL. That's why I have this very wide panel for my left bit of my bust. So I'm going to let you repeat this. Like I said, I have a total of 24 rows on this. So repeat this for your other panels so that we have a total of 4 panels. So this is my other second panel. Now when I'm working my other 2 panels to make 4 panels, I will make sure that I work the very same colors of the first panel and the second panel as well. Okay, so that means our back, like the panels that will go to our back, will also have the very same colors. This was my first panel, yellow and green, and then my second panel is pink and blue. That means also my other 2 panels should be yellow and green and then pink and blue. Okay, now what I'm going to do, since I have all my panels complete, I am going to lay it over my table because now I want to start joining for my shoulders. So I'm going to get this panel. Make sure that when assembling them, you assemble the 2 panels of different colors together. So I'm going to lay this here and also get this other one and lay it over here. Now I'm going to be working along the edge, the top edge, like the edge where we have our double crochet posts. Okay, that's the edge that is going to be for my shoulders. Like you can see, that's at that top edge is where my shoulders are going to be. So I'm also going to get this other panel and lay it over this one so that I now know where to have my shoulders go. Okay, so this is where I'm going to attach to have my shoulders. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start from exactly where I ended. I don't know why I did not realize that I am working outside. So here we are. I'm just going to start exactly where I ended. Now when assembling this, by the way, make sure that this row of the double crochet is, the rows of the double crochet should be on the very same side, and then the row that has the single crochet which started this whole entire project should also be on the same side. Okay, so now I'm going to pull through my loop and pull through my yarn and work a single crochet. That's into the very first stitch. Now here I'm going to chain 2. Please chain 2. I think I made a mistake here, but if I recall very well, I must have rectified it later. So you chain 2. Please make sure that you chain 2, not 1. So and then you work a single crochet into the bottom of that double crochet post. Chain 2 and get into the bottom of the next double crochet post on both panels, and then work a single crochet. Guys, please make sure that you chain 2. Do not chain 1. I rectified my work after this video. So yes, chain 2 and get into the bottom of the next double crochet post on both panels and work a single crochet. So you just keep chaining 2 and getting into the bottom of that double crochet post on both panels and work a single crochet. Now you can see that my work is tight because I was chaining 1 here, but please make sure you chain 2. It's going to be loose and very like the seam line will not even show. It will be a perfect seam. So yeah, you're just going to keep doing this all the way until the end of the row. Okay, you chain 2, get into the bottom of that post and work a single crochet in there to join the 2. So do this all the way until the end. When you get to the end of the row and you have worked into the last double crochet post, then you'll work a single crochet into that single crochet post where we started our work, right there, right here. When you get here, you'll see that you work a single crochet and work a single crochet into the single crochet post. So let me let you guys go all the way until almost at the end of the row so that I show you exactly what I'm talking about and show you how to end your work. So here we go, almost at the end of our row. When you get here, you're going to work into that bottom of that double crochet post, then get into that single crochet post, into that single crochet that started on both panels. In there you work a single crochet. So that's how you end your work. Now you're going to get your other 2 panels and do this very same thing that we have done on this. Then I'm going to get back after you have that complete and show you what to do. So basically we shall have had our both shoulders complete. This is how it has to look like. So do the same for the other 2 panels. Then I'm going to get back and show you what to do. Like I said, make sure the single crochet is right here on the same side and the double crochet rows are on the same side. Okay, so let me get back and show you what to do. Now on this very panel we are going to turn on the other side where we have our single crochet row, on the side where we have our foundation chains, and you're going to count 24 chain gaps down. Then you mark that 24th chain gap. If your working size is small and medium, you can count up to 20 chain gaps down, downwards. Okay, that's up to you. Basically what I'm sparing room for is my sleeve or my arm, so you can skip more of these or even make less of this compared to how big your arm is or something, but this is room for our arm. So the stitch that you mark that marks that 24th gap or 20th gap is where we are going to start working, stitching our work together all the way until down to the bottom of our dress. Okay, so I'm going to get now my yarn and I'm going to start joining, starting from that marked stitch going all the way down. That means the unworked chain gaps is where our arm is going to pass. Okay guys, I have flu, I have cough, and my voice is kind of hoarse, so just get used to it, but I'm recovering just fine. So like you can see, I'm going to start from the marked stitch. So I'll get my yarn, pull through a loop and then chain 1 into that very stitch. I'm going to work a single crochet. So from here I'm just going to be working 1 single crochet into every stitch on both panels. Okay, get in here and in there and pull through, work a single crochet, and I'm going to do this for every stitch. I'm going to do this for every stitch until the end of my row, down until the end of my row. So basically this is going to be worked all the way down until the end of the row. It is up to you. If you want slits on your dress, you could spare a few stitches as you get to the bottom of your row and have them unworked. But if you don't want any slits, then you can work all the way to the bottom what I liked about this is it really gives room for you to walk. I took a video of this, but it's not the one I can put on here because it was in my bedroom, and you know, it was, yeah, but it really gives room for you to work. So do this all the way down. You can either work with your hook or you can work with your yarn needle, whichever you choose, but just make sure you're working this on the side where we have our single crochet stitches. So do this until the bottom of your row, and I'm going to meet you once you come to the bottom of your row and then show you what to do. So yes, you do the very same thing for the other two panels, that you joined. After you work this, do the very same thing on the other two panels as well. Then I'm going to get back to show you how to work our bust area. So now to work our bust area, we are going to get to this side where we have our double crochet stitches. Okay, and here we are going to count 20 chain gaps, or you can count the 40th stitch. You can count up to the 40th stitch. Okay, I counted 24, but later rectified it because I felt like the V was kind of up to the bottom. So if you want something revealing, you can go all the way to the 48th stitch. But if you don't want something revealing and you just want something like something just okay, then that means you're going to mark the 40th stitch. Okay, yes, the 40th stitch is where we are going to mark the cleavage of our for the cleavage of our dress. So I'm going to get my other two panels, which I already joined, and did the very same thing, and turn it to the way that you make sure the front colors do not look alike and the back colors don't look alike as well. So even here I am going to count and mark the very same number of stitches I have counted and marked on this other side. So that means I am now going to be joining the front left to the front right, and then the back left to the back right. Okay, so this is going to create a V cleavage. So as you can see now, because I said I am connecting the front left to the front right, I'm going to get this, and you either hand sew or use your hook. The very same way we join the sides where our sleeves are, it's the very same way we are going to join this as well. So you either use your yarn needle or you use your hook. You stitch this together and you do the very same thing for the back, the left and right back pieces. So join this all the way until the bottom of your row, and then get to the back as well right here. Also start from where we started and join all the way down until the end of your row. So I'm going to do this off camera and join my work, then I'm going to get back to show you how to put fringes. Hi guys, here we are. I am almost to the end of my tutorial. I'm going to show you how my dress looks like, guys. Please do not feel like I am not showing you exactly what I am doing. This is a big dress and I am struggling to even have it on my work table, but this is how your work should look like after joining. Okay, this is how my work looks like. That's the inside and this is the outside. This is how my shoulders look like, and you see that the colors, it's a mismatch, I guess. Then the sleeve, this is how it looks like, and then here this is how it looks like. So like I said, you have to make sure that the double crochet row is at the center and the single crochet rows are the ones at the sides. Okay, so the number of chain gaps you skip here are the ones that dictate how deep your V or your cleavage is going to be. But overall, this is how your dress should look like, and this is how it should come out. So we are going to go to the bottom of our dress and now just make sure that we put our fringes. I've already cut my strands of yarn. You can cut your strands of yarn to any length that you want. Mine are not very long, they're kind of short. This is how they look like. So I'm going to take just a portion of it. I worked with about six strands of yarn. So you fold them to make sure that the ends of the strands of yarn actually are of similar length, and you get into where you have the color that matches the strands of yarn that you have. So when you get into that part, you are going to get to that double crochet post into that chain gap right there. Insert your hook and then pull through your loop of yarn strands and then yarn them over and then pull them through that loop. Then you can pull to fasten your fringes. So that's how you add your fringes to the bottom of your dress. So you also get another portion. You can get about six strands of yarn, sorry. I was just counting them to make sure that I have the very same number of strands of yarn for my whole entire fringes. So you do the very same thing, take out your strands of yarn. Now what we are going to do, not to have that very thick fringe, we are going to skip one chain gap, get into the next, and there we put our fringe. So you're just going to repeatedly do this, get your yarn strands, and then skip one chain gap, get into the next chain gap, and add your fringe. And do this for all the colors, making sure that the fringe matches the color of the dress where you're adding those fringes to. Okay, so do this all the way around the hem of your dress, and once you have it, then you have come to the end of your dress, and it should look just as simple and perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope I see you in my next tutorial. My next tutorial is going to be a shirt of the same color, and yeah, so I can show you how to make a beach shirt, and probably maybe I will also make shorts for it, so watch out for it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope I see you in my next tutorial. Goodbye.